Oops, sorry.
Oh,
Take it
perfect.
off mute there. Okay, can everybody hear me okay?
I believe so.
Okay. All right, everybody. My name is Richard Hoyle. I'm from representing the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, and we're gonna go through a couple slides here, and then if you have any questions, we'll answer them at the end. And I'm gonna have some unique perspectives. I'm actually grown up in the Army. I joined the Army Reserves at 17 years old, and I went to Army ROTC and got my commission, and got out of the Army after being a captain. I did all the things that Major Gilbert talked about, which is all the scare me tabs. Went to Ranger School. Uh, we were one of the first televised. I went to the best Ranger competition a couple times, and did a lot of the ground fighting, if you will. So we're going to talk about the Coast Guard, and this is a lot of focus on ocean, lakes, waterways, and of course we do have assets in the ground, as we'll see. So we'll move on to the next slide, please. Here you have some of the missions. The Coast Guard is unique because not only are we a military service, we're also fall under the Department of Homeland Security. And so you'll see us at natural disasters, hurricanes, search and rescue missions. You'll probably see us in all the different news outlets, drug interdiction, where major drug narcotics have been seized. So we're all over the world. We're international as well. We're not just here in the US. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the Coast Guard Academy. So if you look at these numbers here, what is it that we're different from the rest of the academies? Well, first, all the academies are the best, all professional, and you're going to get a top-notch education and have very minimal costs because you're going to get paid and have free room, board, and tuition and all that. But if you see 1,000 cadets enrolled, that means we're one of the smaller academies. So we're just like the Merchant Marine Academy, where you're gonna have a very small student to teacher ratio. So it's gonna be a little smaller, tighter niche group, if you will. The other statistics are gonna show there, we have representation from every state in the country. You can see the different minorities and females enrolled there. We have a high GPA, just like the other service academies, as well as the SAT. The ACT is optional for us. You'll see that a lot of the Coast Guard applicants or cadets are athletic, or from athletics, and we focus in engineering, math, and science degrees. So definitely looking for the STEM programs. Next slide, please. Okay, best of the best. Just as I said a minute ago, all the service academies, all of our officer programs are top-notch. Our officers that teach them are the best, our NCOs. So all of these are going to be great experiences. The Coast Guard in particular, just like some of the other academies, we're in top 15 every year, the engineering schools. And just like the other ones, you'll see tuition free, and you also get that monthly stipend. And once you graduate, of course, 100% job placement, because you're going to be an officer leading soldiers in the field. Okay. Some of the differences you'll see from the Coast Guard is we have one of the best retention rates for officers after their initial enrollment is up. So, after your time, 85% of Coast Guard officers stay in and serve longer than what's necessary because they're enjoying their time there. The other one that is really phenomenal, I don't like to talk over the other university or the other service academies, but 80% of the Coast Guard Academy graduates go on to go after their master's degree, and that's paid for. And that time also counts towards your service academy requirements for the time served. Okay, and as I mentioned a minute ago, the faculty student ratio is 1:7 to 1:8. So it's really good for academics. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, leaders of character. Just like all the different services, we want the best officers out there to lead the soldiers and get mission accomplishment and success while being safe. So you'll see there, just like everybody else, It's going to take a strong GPA. As I mentioned in a couple of slides before, you probably are going to be focused in the STEM field, challenging coursework. Everything's geared towards leadership and developing leadership. And of course, we have requirements to be involved in athletics while you're at your time in the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. There's intramurals. And next slide, please. That'll go into some of the job fields. They're listed here. And just from my personal experience, my full-time job is actually federal law enforcement in New Mexico. And one of the things I see from the Coast Guard is they're involved in about every national emergency, such as hurricanes, and you name the role, they're there, from search and rescue to the environmental to basically running these operations, because they're just the professionals with emergencies. Give you a second to look at that. And then we'll go to the next slide, please. Just like the other academies, you're going to get this leadership professional development from all these different roles. You're going to be exposed to the military and expectations, the rules and regulations, tradition. A big thing with the Coast Guard Academy is going to be tradition. One of the things is, we'll see in another slide, is it talks about the USS Eagle, and every cadet since 1946 has been on this ship and traveled around the seas, learning the seamanship, and it'll vary how long they're on there. But you can go to the Coast Guard website, and it goes to different ports of entry for anybody to visit. And that's also something where the Coast Guard Academy is open for visitation as well, and learn their skills. Okay. So next slide, please. Okay. So as you can see here, I'll put this into layman terms. When you see the 4C, that's basically a freshman at the Coast Guard Academy. And as you can see, in the summertime, you're going to spend 7 weeks in rigorous training where they're basically teaching you all about the Coast Guard and getting that new discipline instilled into you. And during that summer, you also spend that 1 week on the USS Eagle that I talked about. And there's a little picture of it. It's well-renowned. If you go to the Coast Guard website, it'll have a video on there where you can see the ship in action and the cadets. So I encourage you to check that out. The next summer, your third or your sophomore year under 3C, you'll spend 6 weeks on the Eagle ship, 6 weeks at the Coast Guard unit, and then the 3 weeks of leave. And then as a junior, you'll be exposed to the aviation training, coastal sailing program, rules of the road, some leave. And then as a senior, you'll actually spend 12 weeks with the Coast Guard unit doing an internship, learning about the different roles, and then have some leave in there. Okay, next slide, please. Teams, clubs, and recreation. So as I mentioned, your expectation as a cadet would be to participate in some way, shape, or form with the varsity athletics. It is 3D or third division, and you have the clubs there and the recreational intramural, and that will build lasting relationships. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, day in the life. This is just a typical day. It may not be every day, but it gives you just kind of an idea of what you're looking at for the Coast Guard cadet. And you're going to start at 06, and then TAPS, of course, basically is what's known as lights out. Okay. You'll see the different things in here. Next slide, thank you. Okay, application requirements. So, you just go into the Coast Guard website. It would just be the uscga.edu, and the application will be on there, as well as videos of introduction. There'll be a phone app if you want to download that Coast Guard Academy to your phone. It'll give you a video tour of the campus with some cadets, and the application requirements are all listed there. It's also on the website if you have any questions at all with the dates. And just to sum it up, if you have any questions at all about the Coast Guard Academy, please let me know on the side. We'll get those answers for you. And I'm going to be followed by Mr. Charles Scott of New Mexico Military Institute. And thank you for listening.